Oh my gosh, I am so red today. Ooh, this probably has a little bit of something to do with it. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be following an Allie Glines makeup tutorial. So you guys are probably thinking, hello, this trend is so over with, and you're right. I haven't seen very many of these videos floating around on people's channels anymore. It seemed to be really big for a while there, for about a 2-week period, and then people just stopped doing it. And I feel like I always miss the boat on trends like this on YouTube because I only film one video a week, so it's hard for me to get content out really quickly. But this is something that I really wanted to do. Ever since I saw Allie post this video, I have wanted to try this makeup look anyways, so I thought might as well film it so that I can show you guys and we can see how it goes. The reason why it took so long for this video to be posted is because I wanted to order the Colourpop Dream Street palette. Allie uses it in her video and I thought it was sort of a crucial and important product to have for the tutorial because I had no colors that were like the colors that she was using in the video, and I wanted to get the Dream Street palette anyway, so I thought this was a perfect opportunity. I hopped online and I ordered it, but as I told you in my previous Colourpop haul video, those products took a really long time to get to me, so I'm just now getting around to sitting down and filming this tutorial. But in the comment section of that video, you guys said you wanted to see me try this anyways, so I decided to just sit down and film it. Even though I'm late to the party, even though the trend is over, I still wanted to try it, so here we are. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave, and also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. All right, now let's go ahead and get into the video. If you want to see how I got this look right here following an Allie Glines makeup tutorial, keep watching. All right, here goes nothing. I have my iPad right here that I'm gonna be following along with the video, but I'm gonna insert a little like sort of picture-in-picture, I guess like down here, so you guys can see like kind of what I'm looking at as I'm doing this. So let's go ahead and get started.
I filled in my brows off camera. For those of you who want to know what I used this little mini goof-proof brow pencil from Benefit.
So Allie filled in her brows off camera, so I also filled in my brows off camera.
I saw Katie Heron wearing army pants and flip-flops, so I bought army pants and flip-flops.
All right, back to the show.
I'm just going to go ahead and moisturize the skin. I'm going to be using the Embryolisse Lait Cream Concentrate for this.
So first she moisturizes with the Embryolisse Lait Cream Concentrate, and I don't have that moisturizer, so I was just going to use my own. But then as I was going through my makeup collection, sort of gathering together the products for this tutorial, I actually noticed that I have a little sample size of the Embryolisse Lait Cream Concentrate. So I thought, why not? Might as well go ahead and use it. That's what she's using. This is just going to make my face even more red. It's actually a nice moisturizer.
So now I'm just taking a little bit of my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation. This is the foundation I'm going to use today.
All right, so she's using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation, which I have right here. I'm in the shade 115 Ivory, and I noticed that she was just using a little bit out of the cap to prime her eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just take. I have never actually used this technique before, so this is interesting.
So I'm just kind of taking it all across the eyes here, and then we're going to blend it out with a beauty sponge.
And blending it out with a beauty sponge. I am dying to put foundation on. Like I really hate doing eyes first because I feel so distracted by my red cheeks. Like I think that this is going to be really challenging for me to do my eyeshadow first because I am always doing my face first so that I am not distracted by my red cheeks.
And then I'm going to set that down with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 05 Fair. And I'm using this shade of powder on purpose because it's slightly lighter than my skin tone. And it seems like she either used like a white eyeshadow, which I don't even know if I have lying around, so I just thought I would make use of this. But it looks like she had kind of a lighter base underneath, like toward the brow bone.
It's one of the most difficult things about following along with YouTube tutorials is that it always goes by so fast. And like you have to actually pause a million times.
So I'm going to be using the Colourpop Dream Street palette, one of my favorites ever. And I'm actually first going to sweep a little bit of this shade right here. This is called Kaleidoscope, and it kind of has like a bluish, silveryish hue to it. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of this, and I'm going to kind of sweep it across the entire lid. I'm just going to build it up though, so it's not too much anywhere. So next I'm going to hop into this shade right here called Mermaid Boy. This is going to be our all over color. This is kind of going to be the main color all over. And I'm just going to start by taking this and and pressing it toward the lash line. I'm starting really low with most of the product, and then when the brush kind of has less and less product on it, I'm gonna move up and really start to buff that into the first shade we applied. And then I'm taking a clean brush and just really buffing over any edges.
Okay, that mirror is far too heavy. First of all, we have 800 pounds of fallout underneath the eye. I guess that's why we did our eyes first, right? And then she said, blend it out with a clean brush.
So now I'm going to take that brush we were using to blend and dip into that silvery shade we were using initially. And I'm just going to further blend out the edges with this. I want a really nice gradient. So I'm going to add a little bit more of that color kind of around the crease area so it fades up into the lighter layer of it, just so that everything fades really nicely. Okay. So I'm actually gonna hop into my Jaclyn Hill palette. I really didn't want to use that many palettes, but I'm just seeing that there's some green in there. So it's a color between these two. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to mix these and see what color I get. So I'm just going in with the darker green first, then dipping it in with the teal blue. And she has like something kind of in the center of the lid that's just a little bit more green to me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add that to just the center. And I'm kind of going in like a diagonal up into the other shadows. And then I'm taking that brush we've been using to blend, just buffing over top to make sure it's nice and blended out. Yeah, that seems more true to color to me.
All right, so I'm just kind of blending and working with the pigments a little bit to get sort of a blend and a color that I'm happy with. I think it's pretty close. I am just so distracted by the fact that the rest of my face is not done. So this to me looks really muddy and sort of like, I don't know, it just doesn't look very precise and very clean, but I think that's because I don't have any foundation on. I feel like I'm just really distracted by all the other parts of my face that need coverage, but it looks as though the eyes are close to the same color that Allie's got. Just looking at what she's got going on her eyes right now versus what I have, I think mine is a little too light. So I'm just gonna play with these shadows a little bit more and try and get the right pigmentation that she's got. The fallout is insane. I think because I'm not wearing foundation, I'm being less careful, so I have so much fallout.
So it looks like she has a really thin black eyeliner on. So I'm just going to take this one from Physicians Formula. It's their Glide On Gel Eyeliner in Black Velvet. I'm just going to get super close to the lash line with this because I am going to use some individual lashes.
Okay, so I have a black eyeliner right here and just going to press this against the lash line.
So now I'm going to take a little bit of Water Bearer. It doesn't look like she has very many, if any, matte shadows on her eyes, but just for my personal taste, you could skip this if you don't want to do it, but just for me, I want just a little bit more depth on the outer portion of the eyelid. So I'm really lightly sweeping that dark matte shade over this. So next I'm going to take a makeup wipe and really make a nice clean line on the edge and then also cleaning up any fallout underneath the eye.
Oh, thank God it's makeup wipe time.
So now we are ready to move on to the complexion. I'm adding a little bit more of the Embryolisse lotion right under the eyes since that's where we just wiped off the fallout. I still want that area to be hydrated. I'm super excited to use this on camera. This is the Origins Original Skin Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer with Willow Herb.
So I do not have that Origins Pore Perfecting Primer. I think it's a primer that's primarily for oily skin, and I obviously do not have that problem. So I'm gonna go in with my trusty Benefit Porefessional, just in the areas of my face where my makeup tends to break up and where I need to minimize my pores. But I really did like that trick of moisturizing the face before we did the eyes, because now I really feel like my face is hydrated and I don't feel like I need to go in with a second primer after this one to hydrate. So that's interesting. I might add that step to my makeup routine.
So I recently saw in my friend Shelby Wilson's video, her favorites video from last month, I believe. She mentioned this combination of drugstore foundations, and these are two of my favorites. She said she was loving the combo of this. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation mixed with the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint. So I wanted to give it a shot.
So this is one of the things about living in a different country and watching like a American YouTuber is that they have access to products that we don't get up here. So I don't know if it's just in the city that I I live in or if it's all across Canada, but I have never seen a Neutrogena foundation. We have Neutrogena skincare here, and I really love the Hydro Boost Water Cream by Neutrogena, but I have never seen any Neutrogena makeup products here. So I'm so excited that it's time for foundation because I cannot wait to cover up this redness. So I'm just gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation.
Wow. I'm gonna go into my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. This is a really great under eye corrector, and since I'm using blue...
I do have this product here, and this is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. So because Allie is going in with a brightening under eye product, I'm gonna do the same. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this powder on my Morphe M438, and I'm just going to press it underneath my eyes, just to brighten up the area a little bit.
Really well. I'm gonna go ahead and hop into my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I just barely got a new one, so I'm extremely excited to be using it again.
So I don't have the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, so I'm just gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is actually a step that I don't do in my makeup routine. If you see me do a full face of makeup, I will never highlight with concealer, and that's just because I have a little bit more mature skin, so I find that if I use concealer, it tends to cake up underneath my eyes. So I certainly can't use as much as some of the other YouTubers use when it comes to like caking it underneath the eyes. She's only using a little bit, so I'm just gonna do the same thing. So I'm just gonna put it in the same spots that she does.
So I just like to kind of go down the center of the face as well as under the eyes, and then I'll just take my little sponge and blend all of this out. And I'm being careful close to the edges of the eyeshadow not to ruin that. So just be really careful as you go toward the edges to not accidentally stamp concealer on all your hard work. So next I'm going to take my Fit Me powder again. I'm combining the shades Fair and Fair Light because it looks like her under eye area wasn't actually too bright. So I feel like combining my two shades will provide that perfect in-between color. I'm also going to use that to set the center of the face. And then for the outer portions of the face, I'm going to take the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder in the shade Fair Light. Just kind of dust that around the cheek area as well as the forehead. Basically wherever we're going to be applying bronzer so that it doesn't get patchy when we apply it. So let's do the lower lash line. I'm actually going to be combining this dark teal and this right here. Make sure there's not too much fallout since we already have the complexion done. I don't want too much. So I'm just going to start running this on the lower lash line. And it looks like she took the blue all the way into the inner corner. So now I'm just taking a clean brush and buffing out the edges because again, this eye look is super blended. So I want all of the edges to really flow into the rest of the makeup. So I actually just took a little bit of this color and put it right kind of in the center of the lower lash line as well, just to make sure that everything's nice and tied together. Now it looks like she has something in the waterline. I think it's a light gray. This is the only gray liner I have. It's from Stila. It's their Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner in the shade Half Moon. I don't even know if they make this anymore. It's kind of old, honestly, but just use whatever gray eyeliner you...
Okay, so the only gray liner I have is this one. It is by NYX, and this is their retractable eyeliner in the shade gray.
So now I'm going to pop on some mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. And I'm going to go ahead and apply 2 coats to the top and bottom.
Okay, mascara's on. Let's keep going.
So while we let the mascara dry, I'm going to go ahead and go back into the complexion. I'm going to use my current favorite bronzer from L'Oreal. This is the True Match Lumi Bronze It Bronzer. Mine is in the shade 01 Light.
Alright, so I don't have that L'Oreal bronzer. That is yet another product that people are raving about that doesn't seem to be in any of the stores in Canada, at least not in the city where I'm at. But for now, for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow palette. This bronzer right here is a really, really beautiful matte bronzer, and it approximates the shade that she's using in this video. Now she's doing this thing where she's kind of stamping it onto her face, so I'm going to try that. I have my Tom Ford bronzer brush here. I'm going to just try...
I'm just going to start to press this onto the cheek area, just right under the cheekbones, and basically just around the perimeters of the face as well. I love to kind of get it into the hairline on the forehead. I take what's left and go along the jawline and then down the neck. I'm also going to take that bronzer and do a really light contour on the nose.
Oh my god, nose contour. This is one of the things that I have not tried actually at all, and that I've been kind of afraid to try, but I have a clean brush right here, so let's go ahead and try this out for the first time ever. So just taking a little bit of bronzer on here. Oh man, who knows? Maybe it will actually do something for my enormous nose and then I'll want to do it all the time. All right, this is something I obviously need to practice more. All right, so it looks like I gave myself a bigger nose. I don't know if that's the point of nose contour, but I guess whatever, we're just gonna go with it.
I also like to go underneath the nose and right under the lip, so with that same bronzer. And then I just buff over everything to make sure it's all really blended.
This is an interesting technique that I haven't really tried. It's supposed to make your bottom lip look a little bit poutier.
The L'Oreal True Match Blush. This is in the shade N3 to 4. It's called Innocent Flush. She definitely has a really nice peach blush on, so I thought this would be perfect for this look. So I'm just gonna start to kind of stamp this on the cheeks. And for highlighter, I want—
Oh, that was so fast. Stamp this on the cheeks. That's a really pretty blush color. I like that a lot.
And for highlighter, I wanted to use something a little bit more like light in undertone, and this is a really pretty champagne one from Bare Minerals. It's their Invisible Glow. Mine is in the shade Fair to Light. This is just a really nice, subtle, buildable highlight, which are my favorite. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start to buff this onto the high points of the face.
All right, so I don't have that Bare Minerals highlighter that she has, but I am gonna go back into my Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow palette, because this highlighter in this palette is really, really beautiful and natural and gorgeous. It is a champagne-y color like the one that she was talking about in the video. So I'm actually going to use this highlighter to highlight my face. It isn't a blinding highlighter, which is why I don't use it very often, because I really like a bright highlighter, but we're going for a more natural glow with this look, I think. So let's go in with this one. And then she said that she brought it to the front of the face so that when you smile, you get a little bit of glow there.
Then in between the eyes and down the center of the nose, a little bit above the brows.
No
so I'm going to go ahead and set the face before I go in with individual
Okay.
lashes and finish up the lips. I'm going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This stuff is so good.
Ugh. Yet another product that I cannot get in Canada because it is difficult to get aerosol products shipped over the border. So I have tried to order the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist before, and because it's an aerosol product, it doesn't ship to Canada. So instead, I'm just gonna go in with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray and set the face.
Next, I'm going to be applying some individual lashes on the top lashes. She for sure had a few. So I'm going to be using the Ardell Individuals. These are both not free. I have the short and medium lengths. I did a whole video on how I like to apply individual lashes, so I will link that down below. I'm going to do this off camera to save time, and I will be...
Okay, so I actually have individual lashes right here. I bought these probably about 2 months ago with the intention that I wanted to try to use individual lashes. I feel like today is not that day because I have no idea how this is gonna go, and I really don't want to ruin this makeup look by trying to put individual lashes on for the first time. So instead, I'm gonna go in with these Kiss lashes. This is in the style 03, and these are a very natural lash. Like, they're not super glam and super black. They're just like a really sort of natural lash that adds just a little bit more fibers to your regular lashes. And so I feel like this would be sort of like using individual lashes. So I'm gonna go in with this strip lash instead. I'm also gonna apply these off of camera because this is kind of difficult for me to do, so I'll be right back. Okay, lashes are on. Let's see what's next.
So we're gonna go ahead and go back into the Dream Street palette. I'm gonna take this bluish silvery shade, and this, my friends, is what we're gonna use for our inner corner highlight. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this just right in the corner, making sure to blend it up into the eyeshadow on the top lid here, and then also underneath. Lips, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Flower Beauty, I think this is just their lipstick, I don't know, oh, Petal Pout Lip Color, that's what it is, in the shade Naked Blush. This is such a pretty color.
All right, so Flower Beauty, yet another brand that I have not seen yet in Canada. I know it's sold at Walmart in the United States, but I have been checking my Walmart pretty regularly, and I have not seen Flower Beauty show up yet, but I do have this Maybelline matte lipstick in the shade Honey Pink that I think is very close to what she's using. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that on.
And then on top, I'm gonna use the Glossier lip gloss. I've been loving this. She just has a little bit of gloss on top.
And unfortunately, I don't have the Glossier gloss either. Glossier is on the list of brands that I would like to try, but just haven't gotten around to it yet. And of course, they don't sell it anywhere here. You have to order it online. So I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty gloss instead, and just put a little bit in the center of the lips.
I'm just adding a tiny bit more blush to just the front of the cheek. I lied, I'm putting some highlighter on the brow bone. I always say I'm done and then I touch up a little more.
Oh, we gotta put some highlighter on the brow bone. There we go. This Kaleidoscope color in the Dream Street palette is a very, very beautiful color. Wow, I love it.
Okay, I'm actually done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you enjoyed the final look.
Okay, we're done. And that is it, you guys. That completes this look. I had such a good time following Allie's makeup tutorial. I tried out a few things that I've never tried before. I learned a few techniques that I feel like will help me in my makeup routine. And this really got me out of my comfort zone. I don't think that I would ever try to pull off a teal blue smoky eye like this. So I am so happy that I did this because I'm actually really liking the way that this looks. I actually think it clashes with my eye color a little bit, but I still think it is such a beautiful look and I am so happy that I did this. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought. If you've created this look before, please tag me in your photos because I would love to see it. And if you're a fan of both mine and Allie's, make sure that you head over to her channel and let her know that I did this look so that we can maybe get her to see this video. No, that's thirsty. I don't want to say that. And also let me know in the comments down below if there's any other YouTubers that you'd like to see me try and follow their makeup tutorial. As I said before, even though I'm super late to the party on this, I actually really enjoyed doing this makeup look and I would like to learn more from other YouTubers, so let me know if you would like me to film that. And as always guys, if you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment down below letting me know the kind of videos you want to see me do in the future. And if you didn't like this video, keep that shit to yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.